So, family, this story comes from Kentucky. The former Louisville Metro police officer, whose name is Katie Cruz, may plead guilty to face less prison time in relation to the David McAtee case. David McAtee was a popular barbecue pit store owner, and he was a big time dude. He did a whole lot of things in the community. He was beloved. And this woman caused this man to be fatally shot, and she may avoid the bulk of prison time by pleading guilty to a misdemeanor. Wow. And so, according to an indictment from the U.S. Department of Justice, Michelle McAtee, who was related to David McAtee, was standing on private property when Officer Cruz fired a pepper ball at her and struck her. And that's when David McAtee retrieved his firearm and fired back, because he's just trying to protect his property and his family. And that's when a National Guard soldier grabbed their weapon and fired at David McAtee and fatally shot him. So, in other words, Katie Cruz is what caused this whole situation to happen in the first place. If she had not done what she did, David McAtee would still be here. There was no reason for her to fire anything onto private property with people who were doing nothing wrong. And so Cruz was released on a $25,000 unsecured bond, and there's a change of plea hearing that is scheduled for October the 11th. And the former police officer was indicted back in March on one count of deprivation of rights under the color of law after a grand jury found she willfully deprived McAtee's niece, Michelle McAtee, of her constitutional right to be free from unreasonable seizure, which includes the right to be free from the use of unreasonable force by a law enforcement officer. Just like I said, if this woman had not done what she did, David McAtee would still be here, without a doubt. And so because Cruz is going to plead guilty to a misdemeanor, she's going to face 1 year in prison versus 10 years in prison. And that demonstrates why black people do not trust the police, because even when they are put on trial for doing something wrong to us or causing something bad to happen to us, they get a slap on the wrist. And guess what? Black taxpayers pay for it too. Unbelievable, man.